Welcome to the Rustic Garden. Today's February 23rd. This is my second video and just an update on what's going on in my grow room and my grow closet. This is the kale, kohlrabi, and different cool weather crops that I showed you about 3 weeks ago, and they were still in their little starting cells. I've moved them into cups. This is how I do my transplanting out of the cells. This is a kohlrabi, red cabbage, and this is a Creole Kale, and you can see they're doing very well. They're about to go under my collapsible grow light, which I've done a video on. They've gotten to the size now that they don't really fit into my grow closet, so they're going to come out here. They would be going outside into my greenhouse, except the weather here in Maryland, we just had 12 inches of snow the other day. We keep getting these cold spells, so it's just a little bit too cold to get them out. So I'm going to hold them in the house a little bit longer. But those are onion sets growing in there, some experiments for my cucumbers and zucchini. Those are probably, here's one of them. That'll have to be killed off because it's just not enough warmth out there to even grow that. More kale, some herbs in there. And you can see right down here is partially, it's struggling a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on. This is, yeah, curled moss parsley, and this is flat leaf Italian, some sage. Those are doing really well. Here's my shop vac, which is an essential tool so my wife doesn't kick my butt essentially for dumping all this dirt down here, so I have to clean up every night. Stuff I just bought today for projects. And coming over here, well, let's start up at the top. Here's my grow closet. These are peas that I planted on February 10th, so these have been growing about 2 weeks. Also planted these at the same time. Let me see if I can get the light adjusted. And these are peas that were planted at the same time. You can see this variety of a purple potted grows extremely fast, germinates quickly. This is a snow pea that's growing a little bit more slowly, I would say. In the back, more kales, Chinese cabbage. These are the peppers that I started back in, I don't know, probably mid-January, around the 10th of January. Most of them got transplanted. They're doing really well. I did videos on how do you cut them down to make sure you only have one per cell. More peppers. That's lupine. Eggplants right in the back there. Some tomatoes for a future video. In here, more kohlrabi. This is a giant kohlrabi that I bought from eBay for somebody who lived in Ukraine. There's supposed to be a giant kohlrabi. In the back, more herbs. They're struggling a little bit. I've got this weird thing going on with the soil. Down here is Brussels sprouts, and I don't know if you can see, but a lot of yellowing in some of the plants that I don't normally typically get. The way that I'm handling it is just, I'm not going to panic about it. I'm going to just feed them half-strength fertilizer as I've always done, and it looks like a lot of that's correcting it up. Just got a spray of neem oil and soap. I controlled black flies, or fungus gnats, I should say. The fungus gnats, about 3 weeks ago I had an outbreak, and it really took care of them. Brought in some new soil, and they're back, so I'm spraying them again. These are the peppers that I transferred into cups. Again, these have been growing now about 4 weeks and a couple of days, and they're doing really well. So my goal this year is to get the peppers out into the garden earlier at a bigger size, and see if I can get some peppers sooner to the table. Anyway, this is the growth of my plants in the grow closet. Again, it's February 23rd. Things are going pretty well. The only problem is all that snow and cold weather that is really keeping temperatures down to about 20 degrees and below, which is just too cold for me to get anything out there yet. So hopefully I get into the upper 20s for night temperatures, and most of these cool weather crops can really get out into the garden, and my season will officially start. Please check out my blog at www.therusticgarden.blogspot.com, and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.